All going up against one of the top 20 run defenses. Obviously, you guys want to run the ball. Is this a good game for you guys to set that identity you've been talking about?
Yeah, I think it's a good game in every respect. I mean, they play the run well. Overall, their defense has done an unbelievable job holding opponents. I believe it's more than a half dozen occasions, under 15 points. They're just really disruptive. They give you different looks. They're very sound. They're explosive. I mean, you've got great talent, you've got great coaching, so it presents a challenge in every single way you can imagine. But it's what our guys prepare for. And we always tell them that as we're doing all the hard stuff to prepare for a game like this. We've been setting the table and preparing for this situation, so they're anxious, they're ready to get after it.
What have you seen focus-wise out of the guys since you've been here?
And it's the best focus we've had all year. Now it's got to spill over to today. Yesterday's practice was intense, it was physical. You wondered after, landing here late and having our meetings late, waking up early and practicing, well, how they would show. And yesterday they came out flying. I mean, they really did. A lot of attention to detail, certainly some things to clean up. We're not where we want to be yet, but a good start. And today is just as critical as will tomorrow and the day after that. And these guys are they're zeroing in on their motivation being the preparation, eliminating the external factors and making sure it's preparation.
Have you had discussions with Royce and Tyrell about their availability for the bowl game?
Yeah, we'll be having more extensive discussions sometime between tonight and tomorrow. So as soon as we get resolution on that, we'll make sure to get that to you.
Are you giving them any sort of advice on that, or are they talking with their family, or what sort of the decision making going into?
Advice is always honesty, So and those are meetings that we have. Obviously, we sit down and it's personal and confidential, but certainly want to make sure that the situation, is addressed, and at the same time make sure that you guys have whatever you need to information-wise.
How big a luxury is it for you to get the head coaching job and then you have a quarterback who's a sophomore and like you've described, a difference maker?
Well, I saw him on the way out here now when I was leaving Alabama. I mean, you want to study the film of the team you may be working for, and he really popped. He really did. Guys like Royce popped, Terrell popped, speed all over the field, certainly showed up. So this guy, how special we think he is. And I think the best part about him is that he's hungry. He is not content. He wants to be better at everything he does. Now, the nice thing about him also is you could throw a lot of stuff at him. I mean, he is a sponge. His football IQ is incredible. So we're going to be able to do, a lot of things going into this game, not to mention going forward.
He's only started, I think, 13 or 14 games. It seems like he's done a lot more than that, but what's kind of his upside for his upperclassman years?
Yeah, there's just no downside. He's elite talent, and he's an elite human being. He's an elite teammate, a colleague, a competitor. He's got it all, yet he's as humble as a humble person could be. So the hunger's there. We're never going to let him lose that, but he's one of those guys that's a self-starter, so don't ever foresee that being an issue.
Coach, for a program that's played in college football playoff games and played in huge stages, how important is this Las Vegas Bowl at this place in the program? For
where we are right now, there couldn't be a more important game. And our guys understand that. I think we have a good relationship because we're very genuine and honest. We don't try to head fake our guys. These guys are smart, and they work. They work maniacally. I mean, they don't work hard. They work to a different level. So we're always straightforward, honest with them. They know, as per everything we've enforced or emphasized and spoken about and met upon, that this is the most important game of the season by far, because it's the next one, but also because of the stage, the opponent that we're playing, everything that goes with it, our fan base. So they know what's at stake, and in the right kind of way, not the wrong kind of pressure and anxiety. We don't believe in that. We prepare, throw caution to the wind, and go play football, and they're ready for it.
What did it mean to you that the players were so vocal in support of you getting the job?
It's the most humbling thing in the world. I'll sound like a broken record because I'm consistent. I just don't really deviate much. When you have, for me, that's a life-changing moment. Okay, because when you're a coach, you're a teacher, and why do you teach? To have an impact on others. When something like that occurs and you're humbled and you're floored by it, I mean, already the commitment I had to these players was already an ungodly one, and now it's that much more. Every ounce is always going to be squeezed out of myself and the staff for these guys, and now we just got to find a way to squeeze out even more. They deserve that, and they're going to get it every day.
And to get second life as a head coach, what's that like? Because sometimes coaches aren't afforded that opportunity.
Well, I think it'll probably settle in sometime in February. I think between the day of the announcement and everything as we're working through this football game and recruiting. It's just working, everybody working with each other. We certainly have an excellent staff, unbelievable administration, and you know the rest. I mean, you've been around these people, they're special. I mean, it kind of just jumps out at you. So all that stuff I don't really get caught up in. I guess I'll have to sit down and kind of think about that when there's a moment to breathe, but there's really no time for error right now. We just got to go, and make sure we do the best by the players.
Mario, you were quick to announce Marcus as your OCs. You wanted him back. You've only worked with him for a year, so what in that year kind of told you that you wanted to keep him around?
I think in our first week working together, kind of knew it. We really evolved. Coach had a really impressive offense with the Gulf Coast offense, but if you watch us and you study film from game 1 to game 12, very different, and Marcus has a humongous hand in that, and working together with him, his understanding of everything, not just the passing game, the run game, the protections that go with it, the emphasis of being 50-50. That to me is critically important. You have to be a balanced offense, especially with the weapons that we have and the guys that are developing and whatnot. He's an upstanding guy. The players love him. He's a relentless worker. He's exactly what you want as a brother, as a colleague, as a coach, as an offense coordinator. And that guy's he's going to make a great head coach one day.
Mario, as the only Power 5 team playing a game this weekend before the early signing period, how has this game affected your recruiting calendar?
It knocked out the biggest weekend we had set up, because you can't foresee those things. They just happen. But we had an extremely large weekend set up for this particular game day or whatnot. So it's a give and a take. You lose a weekend and quality time with your prospects, but at the same time, you're at a great bowl game. You're front stage and front and center in front of the entire country against an excellent opponent, and it's going to be an unbelievable football game. So I think that kind of gives you back what was taken away. So, but everyone knew that when this calendar changed, something was going to happen along the way. We just happened to be the first. I want to say casualty. We just happened to be the first kind of scenario that involves, hey, does this early signing period really work out for everybody? It's in the best interest of all programs.
When you have a quarterback on some of the early Heisman lists, is that exciting for you, or is it more like, all right, let's pump the brakes a little bit?
Come on, man, that's exciting here. You don't want a Heisman?
But I mean, as far as the pressure,
hey, Heisman, do not come to Oregon. All right, we don't want you over here.
You know what I mean, Coach? As far as the getting into his head and saying, hey, you got to keep working hard and everything.
I know if I'm a football player, I want to play with Heisman Trophy candidates, especially one that's as young as he is. And when they get to meet him, I mean, the rest is a wash. So, no, it's to me, it's credit to him, those around him, and it gets everybody juiced up. So, no, we love it.